Alright, this is Crota giving you part 2 of a replay between Grubby and Shy here on Melting Valley. Here we have Shy already has an expansion up and running, so he does have an economic advantage. Meanwhile, Grubby is at level 3 and his Tauren Chieftain is at level 2, but we do not see a tech to tier 2 from Shy, so it looks as though Shy is going to try to get mass hunts and try to press with mercenaries and hunts. Grubby is going to go here and use a Staff of Teleportation, head back to where I don't know. He heads back to his shop, sells a couple items, gets another healing salve and a lesser potion of invulnerability, and is going to run into the army of Shy. So it looks as though the Blade Master is trying to press towards Shy's base. Shy's base really doesn't have any real defense at this point. Oh, but we do have a teleportation, and those raiders are going to get stuck in the back. So those raiders are going to go down quickly to Shy, and Shy is going to get a nice little bit of an advantage here. Meanwhile, we have an ensnare on the Huntress. Huntresses are now at 1-1, and a Huntress goes down. So Shy forced to teleport back to his base to try to save his base. Beastmaster now currently sitting at level 4. Meanwhile, we have the Blade Master and Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 3. And Huntress is trying to run in, trying to do some extra damage, perhaps trying to stop the healing of that particular grunt. Some glaive balancing, some glaive throwing, and we have raiders coming and trying to take down those moonwells. Those moonwells taking some damage. Wisps quickly come out, but realizing that we do have a shockwave from the Tauren Chieftain, does not want to come out. And Huntress is trying to surround. We do have ensnare going down on those wisps. Wisps unable to do any more healing. We have 2 moonwells go down, and we're gonna have Grubby teleport away. So nice use of a distraction there, taking down 2 moonwells. And meanwhile, back at the main base, it looks like those 2 raiders did go down. So we have, what's happening over here? Oh, we have Grubby trying to build an additional expansion, but the Thunderhawk scout preventing Grubby from creeping or from building this additional gold mine and getting this expansion up. So the economic advantage is continuing to go to Shy. Shy now pressing in. Those Huntresses, just so many Huntresses. It looks like I'm watching a replay from 2002. And just mass hunts, perhaps used better than I could ever play them, but I don't know if this strategy is going to play off for Shy. It did not against Remade Fox Soccer earlier. Meanwhile, we have the Peon trying to go in, trying to get some additional gold. Already has gold on his back, not going to really work. Tauren Chieftain almost at level 3 is going to clear out this green camp, this green goblin camp or troll camp, and get to level 3. Meanwhile, we have the Blade Master coming in with a good amount of raiders, perhaps to try to do some harassing. We do have a Scroll of Town Portal, so we do have a quick exit strategy for Grubby. Grubby is now going down to try to take down this Moonwell that's nearing completion, trying to prevent any healing from Shy. So, and we do have a Scroll of Teleportation, and we have the units pulling back. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain is level 2 now. It looks as though it has level 2 Shockwave and level 1 Endurance Aura, and we have Ensnare going down on those Huntresses, trying to spread out the army of Shy. So Shy may have to be careful. If those raiders get another Ensnare off on that Huntress is going to go down. It's kind of overcommitting himself or herself. Meanwhile, the raiders are now heading back to the north. It looks as though we have Huntresses, oh my goodness, a good amount of Huntresses all around the map, and we are going to have those raiders try to take down Shy's Moonwells, and those raiders do have pillage, so as he's doing this attack, we are getting an economic advantage for Grubby. Grubby able to take down 1, 2, 3 Moonwells, and now a teleportation. I do not see any skeletons in place, so it looks as though Grubby was able to take down 3 Moonwells with only using 1 Scroll of Town Portal. Meanwhile, back at the expansion, Shy's Hawk and Dire Quill Beast is preventing the expansion from going up. We have looks to be about 4 or 5 raiders, 3 grunts, and a 50 food size army for Grubby. Grubby's trying to do hit and run tactics because he cannot really take on the large army of Shy. Grubby's Blade Master running around the map using the clarity, also has a clarity potion, so we will be seeing more Windwalk. Huntress is now coming down. We have a couple of snares going down. We have nice shockwave going down, and down goes 1 Huntress. Now here we have a speed scroll trying to run away from these units. 1 grunt didn't get the buff, and that grunt will go down. Is he going to go down? And yes, he goes down. So speed scroll now fading away. We do have endurance aura coming from the Tauren Chieftain. Now we have Grubby going ahead, trying to press back and trying to hit the base of Shy. So the Shy with pillage able to and get a little bit additional gold. We have watchtowers being built by Grubby back at his base, knowing that with the army of mass huntresses, he can play a little bit like a human and just build up a lot of towers. We have Ensnare going down on these units. Tauren Chieftain is forced to walk around as the army gets separated. Blademaster trying to run away. Units are just trying to run away. It looks as though that Tauren Chieftain with Endurance Aura was a good call, being able to slow, just be able to do hit and run tactics. It looks as though Grubby wants to go back and try to take down these Moonwells one more time. Okay, Moonwell is going to go down. We have a couple ensnares on those Wisps. Wisps unable to do any repairing. Now we have a nice shockwave detonate. We have Raiders now going after the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is going to have to get surrounded. Tauren Chieftain does have a Scroll of Town Portal. He is in trouble. Are we going to have a shockwave? No shockwave. We have a Scroll of Town Portal, and Grubby takes down the expansion. Nice job by Grubby. We do have, at the cost of one grunt, he is able to take down the expansion. So nice play by Grubby. Grubby still sitting at 49 over 60 food. A Voodoo Lounge is rather low, and it looks as though yes, we are. Grubby is trying to re-heal his units, trying to do hit and run tactics to prevent that economic advantage from going in towards Grubby. At this point, I think Grubby is playing a little bit better with the smaller army and being able to micro a little bit better. If here we have an Ensnare going down on the summoned units, and what's happening? Oh, we have the Blademaster trying to take down the Beastmaster. Beastmaster is down to 4, about half hit points. We have a potion of invulnerability, but no more healing, so it's going to go ahead and windwalk and try to run away. Blademaster running south across the map, going to pick up a clarity potion and a healing potion. It's going to heal himself. If he's not careful, that is going to be interrupted. Blademaster is trying to run to the back to base. Huntresses is trying to get in range, and those Huntresses are going to be forced to run away because it does not want to get within range of those towers. Oh, it does want to get in range of those towers. It is trying to take down. Those Huntresses just are not being able to do enough damage. Just trying to push in a little bit further so more Huntresses can get in and do damage. Blademaster currently sitting at 252 hit points. We have a Scroll of Town Portal. Army moving back up to the north, and the Grunts and the Raiders now pushing off the fight to the side. Nice Ensnare coming from those Raiders. Those Raiders are forced to run back. I think at this point, and this is bad because if this fight continues, I don't know what's going to happen. This Ensnare, Shy is really unable to run away on foot. Maybe he should teleport, because those Raiders Ensnare's cooldown is just going to allow them to keep on taking damage on those particular units. Now here we have the Ensnare going away again. Now more Ensnares coming down. Shy looks like he's just feeding armies. Now we have level 4 on the Blademaster. Blademaster now going after some additional Huntresses. Those Huntresses are going to go down. So 2 more Huntresses that are in the red are going to go down, and 3 more Ensnares go down. So, it looks as though Shy is just trying to pick back units. Why isn't Shy teleporting? He does have a Scroll of Teleportation. More Ensnares go down, more hit and run tactics. Blademaster currently sitting at level 4, and Tauren Chieftain currently sitting at level 3. 3 more ensnared units. Huntress is trying to come in, trying to do a little bit more hit and run, trying to rebuild a Voodoo Lounge here. Another Ensnare, so Shy is unable to run away. 2 ensnared units, 3 ensnared units, and it looks as though Shy is just sitting there. Now we have an ensnared Thunderhawk as well. So here we have, are those Raiders going to go ahead and try to take down that particular Huntress? Yes, I believe so. No, Huntress is trying to rejoin in the fight. More Huntress is trying to run away. Down goes an additional Huntress. So a lot of units in the orange right now. This fight's going way too long. What is Shy trying to do? I'm assuming that Shy believes that since there is no expansion anywhere, the longer this fight goes, the better the economic advantage is going to be for him. But this fight's just not looking good. Now we have catapults joining in on the fight, or demolishers, excuse me. Those demolishers are now taking down those units, and I don't see why Shy is even going to continue this fight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the game here. Stay tuned for part 3 of this potentially 4-part replay.